Hello everyone, this is Jiadong. I'm going to give you a brief explanation of our NanoTwitter's code. NanoTwitter is a baby version of Twitter designed as a platform for experimentation with some scaling issues. We use this for the class of 105B, Software Engineering for Scalability, taught by Pito. And I will go through these codes. Let's see. First, let's see some API. This directory, we put our test API and other main functionality APIs here. Test API are used for seeds. Seed data are put in this directory. These APIs are for reset. The most important is the standard seed. You can specify an end to restrict the tweet number. We would use a thread since it would have a quick response. We will delete all the data in the database and reset a single test user and a flag user. Then set user, tweet, and follow relations from the seed data. When it is running, we can check status to see whether the flag user exists. If it exists, it is still doing the seeding. If it is not exist, if the flag user is destroyed, we know that the seed process is done. And the offset is subtle. We get the offset of the user's maximum ID. Since we create new users, start with this offset. So the offset is necessary. Then these APIs related to tweets. For example, get like status, get reply by ID, and we can search tweets with some keywords. And we can get tweet by its ID, get tweet by time, get tweet and its replies. We can also delete user, but we do not want user knows this. It's just for us. And this is get timeline. Get a single user by his ID, get his followers, get users' followings. Forward. Actually, I designed this API, but we didn't implement it because we don't have enough time. This is to get user likes, to know what he likes about some traits. And this is get his some traits. This edit profile. This is important follow API. We create a new record of follow and update the two users' status and update their Redis information. And this is the API for create a user. We would give the user a random nickname. The user can edit it at edit profile. Also, we have some replies instance, but we didn't implement it, just design API. This is unfollow. We also need to update the Redis since the timeline of the user should change. Forward is also the functionality that we didn't implement it. We have some like functionalities. It means you can like someone's tweets. This is to create a new tweet and update some Redis information of users and an unlock timeline to speed up the response time. This is just unlike and update the Redis information of like. This directory stores important configuration information such as database. We use Postgres, and this is initializer of the Redis. The environment variable should be set on production environment. We use Heroku. Heroku provides some service for this. And this directory called DB, it's for database. These structures of our database. We have mentioned hashtag, notification, reply. Some of them are not implemented due to time, but the basics are done. It's working now. And this is a draft of our design for the UI. And this doc directory is just for docs. We have some schema design from each of the members, and we finally decide our team schema. This lib directory stores some lib information, and this model directory stores some active record oriented models. Oh, this is redundant, we will delete it. And public stores put some loader key or some CSS. Then the service directory is important. We have notification service, remote client RB is with RabbitMQ. We use RabbitMQ, and we send information by calling the function remote procedure call client, send a hash in as a string, and the remote web server will return some response. For example, true is that it received and processed and stored information in the web server's database. We have a single database that is specifically used for notification, and this is the search service. And this is a small tool for shuffle. Sometimes we would shuffle the records and randomly give users some interesting users to follow. And that is the timeline service. Timeline includes non-login timeline, user's home timeline, and his own tweets. The tweet API used for send tweets. And update Redis is just some methods that we can use for update the Redis information of users, tweets, timeline, etc. This is user service. User service includes edit profile, and get the following follower information and show profile. Style sheets is just CSS. Oh well, another test written by another member, that is mini tests, just used for check the API to see whether the API is working or not. You can run all the tests by Rake, R-A-K-E, very simple. Well, we set all our views. For example, sign up, sign in, single tweet, single notification. We use this to wrap the information of a single tweet or single information notification into some beautiful containers. And this is our main function. Something interesting. The index of our page have some test API, some test URL. You can type this and log in. There is a probability, it's 50%, that you would send a random tweet. The content of the tweet is "Hello, Bonnie." This file is used to update the non-login timeline, delete the old, and store the new information of the non-login timeline. This is our gem file. We use MIT license. And we start the server by this line. Well, we use Puma as our web server. Default is test, so run Rake. We would run all the tests. That is a README file. You can see detailed information about how to start our NanoTrader and some tips to set some steps to download and set it locally. Git clone, install Redis into RabbitMQ, etc. Last modified time is December 7th, 2016. Thank you. And the version is 1 NanoTrader 1.0. We would refine it later when we are not so busy. Thank you for watching.